Wait, so what happened? What did you say on Snapchat?
I just put 3 pictures of the place
Not
outside.
like, hey, let's meet up or anything? Or just...
3 pictures. What's up, guys?
Nice to meet you.
Osama. How are you? Ryan. What's your name?
Osama.
Osama. How are you?
Good.
How'd you guys find this?
Do you really want to know?
Yeah.
Snapchat, Instagram,
But
Twitter.
what did I put out? Yeah.
You posted a picture of the restaurant inside.
And you figured it out?
We went on Google Maps and went through every single restaurant on the street. And I saw the blue lighting and the drops, and we found you.
Yeah,
I'm impressed, baby. Good fucking.
Being persistent. That's
I
what
love
it
it. I love it. I love it.
How many restaurants did you go through?
Oh, well, we live
Enough
in the
on
area.
Simcoe Street. So
we're down the
we
street.
knew it was
so-
somewhere along this area. He noticed the RBC building.
I actually take this way to go to work every day,
Yeah.
so.
And we live down the street there, man. So
Awesome.
we had to come meet you.
Hey. How are you? How are you?
I was the one who greyhounded here. I made it.
I saw your Greyhound picture. That's fucking crazy, man. Where are you coming from?
I'm coming from Waterloo.
And how far away is that?
It's like 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours on a bus.
Awesome.
And-
more, yeah.
Awesome.
But I run a small startup, so I thought I had to come pitch
Thank
it
you. Hey, man. How are you?
Arslan, nice to meet
Arslan, nice to meet you, man.
I've been following you all day.
Thank you.
Didn't get a chance to go to
The conference?
the conference,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Getting married, so I got too much
Oh,
to do.
awesome, man. Congratulations. Congratulations. Awesome. Hey, man.
Hey, how's it going? I can't believe you're here. I live like 2 blocks down the road. I'm just kind of like.
You're like, I know where that is. I'll go. Awesome. Well, cool. You want to take a quick photo? I know you guys have been waiting.
Yes.
I need to get back into my meeting. I actually did post this stuff just now, but I'm going back in for at least 15 minutes, and then I'll go check. I was going like, in 15 minutes maybe somebody will show up. So.
All right, what sign are we doing, Gary?
Yeah, there we go.
How are you?
Good, not
Hey,
bad.
man. Want to take a picture?
Yes,
Let's go.
I do.
Let's do it.
Gary, I got one question for you, man.
Yeah.
I'm an entrepreneur. I always invest and I never get tired of it. When is it enough to invest? And when do you know you shouldn't take money out of your existing business to put on another one? Because I do that
That's
all
a
the
tough
time.
question. Take it again.
Gary, where's Rick?
Thank you.
I don't know where Rick is. Rick, I want to kill Rick. It's tough, man. Like, I didn't invest in Uber in the angel round because I was tired of investing in everything, and it cost me $400 million.
Guys, watch out.
So there's no right answer.
Right.
Like,
you just got to feel it.
You got to feel it. I'm not going to be able to answer that for you. Like, but you can't invest in everything. If I invested in everything that ever was pitched to me, I'd be homeless on the corner around here. So cool,
sure.
man.
Thanks
for
a lot,
coming.
brother. I appreciate
Thanks for
it.
coming.
Appreciate it.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
thanks for all of you coming. Yeah. Hey, man.
Gary, I'm Marty
Marty.
Cisan.
How
I
are
just
you?
want to say thank you. You and Casey from New York have inspired me, and I'm sure a lot of people here.
Thank you,
to just be real, be honest, and just work hard.
Thank you,
I
man.
just can't thank you enough for that.
Thank you, man.
I just have one question.
Yep.
As a hustler, is it okay to take a day off every week?
Of course. I take 4 hours off every Sunday in the fall. So of course. I mean, look, my big thing, and I think it's good to have you guys here for clarity, I'm not so worried if you take 4 days off. I'm just worried about what you do when you're on. Like, I always tell people, like, I want people, one thing, that's why I did the Ariana Huffington episode. I want people to sleep. Like, I sleep, like, sleep's important. I sleep 5 or 6 or 7 hours, not 1 or 2. Like, people get caught up in, like, the romantic point of view of these things. Like, you could take I took 2 weeks off in August just now, as a lot of you guys know. Like, first of all, we're all different. I have a lot of natural energy. Some people, my brother has, as some of you may know, if you read what he wrote, like when he left Vayner, AJ has Crohn's disease, right? Which drains him, so he can't work that way. So I think, the way I do it, or Casey, or this guy, like, we're all different. The punchline though is, if you're complaining and you aren't working as hard as you possibly can, that's the problem. Like, complaining that you're not getting yours, or it hasn't happened, and having enough time to play Pokemon Go, or Madden, or watch House of Cards, that's a problem. But if you're fucking grinding and you need a day to be with your boyfriend or girlfriend or your family, or just to fucking veg out, that's fine. Of course that's fine. And most importantly, who am I to say? Everybody's got to do that. My big thing is, one thing I haven't done a good job of, that I've been talking to D-Rock and the team about, is a lot more of the things that I want to do is, like, if you complain and then go into my rant. Like, I don't know, like, I have friends that make $42,000 a year, work 9 to 5, and are fucking pumped. They're the last people that I'm talking to. Like, they're happy. But for so many people, like, why so many of you are here, like, you know, like, if you're hungry for something, I hope you understand that if you're hungry to, like, have this or have great shit, or you're gonna buy the Maple Leafs or talk shit like that, like, you have to fucking work.
Go Leafs!
Awesome, man.
Gary, can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
So I'm a digital, first of all, your content is awesome to the point where I watch it every day, and not to weird you out, but like popped up in my dream, so like, it's so deep. It's so deep. Yeah, D-Rock, you know.
You dream about it, D-Rock? You dream about me? I love it, brother. I love it.
Nothing weird, but that's, so I'm all about content. So I'm a digital strategist, so I look at the whole online presence and I help businesses get business results with their online presence. What I struggle with is how to scale, but also do I specialize? Because I'm a generalist by nature and I'm fascinated by social search, like the whole gamut of content.
Then that's what you should do.
Right.
Just because somebody else has had a success in going deep in something, like, I continue to invest in things and like am crazy in startup shit randomly, like, because you've got to reverse engineer yourself.
Right.
Like, just because somebody said.
Everybody in the internet, they're like, well, we live in this world, you gotta, specialize.
I don't believe that.
Right. Okay. Nice. So not even.
You have to understand. You have to also know how you function. Like, I know that 30% of shit I do is gonna fail, and I'm gonna lose money and waste time. But I need to do that to make the other 70% go, because I can't just concentrate and go deep. I need to get my entrepreneurial nut off, you know? And so, like, that's just the way it's gonna be. And the net score of my 70 working and throwing money and time in the trash on the 30 is gonna be greater than other people's 100, because that's how I function.
So if I'm fascinated with all industries, all
fucking
businesses,
go.
just do it, right?
Go, yeah.
Okay. Can I take a quick photo with you?
Let's do it.
And then you guys can. Want to take that from me? Yeah. Let me take that. Thanks, Gary.
You got it.
Designated photographer. Done.
Can you guys do me a favor, because I have to go to something else at some point, because there's so many of you? Why don't we do like pictures and signatures real fast, and then whoever wants to hang and like have deep fucking philosophical theses. Yeah.
Last time came out.
Because yes, got it. I'll hang for that too.
In a world where nobody is doing it, how do you convince customers to actually start e-commerce and get into it?
It's hard. I mean, guys, can you let this guy through?
Yeah.
Cool. You don't. You can't convince people.
You gotta convince yourself.
No, you gotta basically just ask everybody and then have somebody break through.
Because there's so much complaining
I
for
get
other
it.
competitors.
I
That,
get it.
You know, she can provide something that's so much better.
I get
so
it.
I'm thinking, yeah.
You just gotta, what too many people do is try to spend too much time. It's kind of like what I'm trying to do right now. Instead of answering every question, let me just get to as many people as possible. And then, too many people when they sell, they wanna like go so deep, and meanwhile there was so much else to be done. I think one of the biggest reasons I'm a good salesman is I'm never interested in convincing anybody. I've always sold things that nobody believed in. E-commerce in 1996, social media in 2006, people didn't believe in it.
Yeah.
I just didn't care. I had no time for you to like convince you. My whole punchline was always like, cool, I'll see you in 2016. You know?
Hey, what would you say my biggest strength is?
I know, I say it. What's that?
My biggest strength.
What is your biggest strength?
Megan.
You're asking me what your biggest strength is? I'd probably say fucking tenacity. Yeah. What's your name?
Mohammed.
M?
M-O-H-A-M-E-D.
You're really in sync with your body.
Sure, yeah. Thanks so much.
Good luck to you, man.
Thank you so much,
Take a photo. I'll be right there, bro.
Good. How do you separate your personal brand versus your external brand? So to give you an example, try your
Mark?
you're trying
M-A?
to
M-A-R-K.
promote a personal brand like yourself. Like you have VaynerMedia
Yes.
and you have Gary Vaynerchuk.
Yes.
How do you distinguish the two? How do you keep them separate without trying to get them intertwined, basically?
I don't worry about it whatsoever.
Just
People
go with it?
overthink that shit all the time. Like, VaynerMedia is a company that has 700 employees. Like, if somebody's confused, and sometimes they are, a CMO of a company, a big company will come in and say, hey, I want you. I'm like, there's no me. I'm not for sale. There's VaynerMedia. You'll have Rick and Steve and Susan and Carla, and that's it, right?
Don't say Rick.
You know what I mean? So I just explain it when it matters.
Awesome.
You wearing the dreads. I'm so sorry to be back.
One day, man. I'm not worried about when.
100%.
Thanks, Mark. I wish you well, man. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Donna, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
How do you go after your dreams when you're dealing with a parent going with a depression and you have to spend your time with them, but you don't want to abandon them, but you
It's
still
tough.
don't want to like...
It's what I did the first 10 years of Wine Library. What people don't know is how much time I spent like with my dad and like,
Yeah.
I get it. The answer is I don't know. Like for me to answer that question for you is just inappropriate because it's such a challenge. What I will say is this. You don't, and this is what kind of changed my behavior. You're gonna regret it so much and you're gonna take it out on them eventually.
If I don't go for it?
Of course.
This is insurance.
You're gonna wake up at 50, 60, and 70 and blame your parent for the time that they took up where you didn't do your thing, and you're gonna eventually make that relationship worse. So what I did was I chipped away at it one by one. I used to spend 3 hours a day in this fucking office and be a psychiatrist. Then it became 2. Then it became an hour and a half. You're gonna have to figure that out because either you're living your life for yourself or you're living it for somebody else. And it's you know, I'm saying that very empathetically because we all have different situations, but it's just black and white. There's nothing I can tell you other than you're gonna wake up in 30 years and you're gonna blame everything that you did not accomplish on them for taking up all that time.
And that regret is going to be bigger than the regret of abandoning them?
Correct. I think so.
You think so?
I think so because I don't think you have to fully abandon them.
Yeah.
But you need to make sure that the cadence of the amount of hours you put in isn't too great.
Yeah.
You know, and you also have your whole life to live.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what your family situation is, but like, you know, I look at like what's my responsibility to my children versus my parents, to myself, to my spouse. Like, there's a lot of variables.
Yeah.
What you did today, the $50,000, I lived in Jane and Finch my whole life, so like me with the OGs, I know exactly where it's coming from. Me, like a lot of people tell me, like for me, that's like motivation. That's another, because I never in my, you can take the picture while we talk, right? Because I know other people need to get a shot. But like, yeah, my whole life, I worked 3 jobs there, pushing buggies, all that in Shelby. So you're doing that. I want to get in touch with James and help him out.
He's on Twitter. He's like, you can see him. You can find him.
Good
luck to you, man.
Student too.
Good luck, man.
All right,
nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you
yeah,
too.
stay well. What's your name?
Man. Martin. Man, I had a quick question.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm a music producer, right? Started about a year ago. Well, I crushed it, hustled my ass off. 22,000 subscribers on YouTube, man. Thanks to you.
Good for you, man.
I got you to thank.
Thanks to you. You listened.
Straight up, man. But like, I'm reaching a ceiling where it's like I'm trying to get my beats to major artists, but it's so hard, right? Like my audience believes in me, right? So like I feel like I have talent. Like, I could be working with J. Cole, Fat Joe, all those guys. 20,000 subscribers, but this is like it's hard to get in contact with those.
You got to be patient.
How would you recommend like
cold email
from
them.
Instagram? Yeah.
Cold email them. Shit works.
That's it, eh?
Yeah, if they like your shit, people are looking for beats. Always.
Yeah.
And they'll always all the guys at the top, and I know a lot of them, they'll always spec listen. Sure, because their game is finding the next shit. So no matter how big they are, you just have to hustle and hit them up on social, hit them up on email. Yeah.
Taking on like social mission stuff, we got the Center for Social Innovation, we got a lot of Mars going on. How do you see as a social entrepreneur taking on that market? Thanks, man.
Meaning social cause?
Yeah, like social cause on entrepreneurship. Sort of like how Kind Bar did it.
So I think most of those companies are straight full of shit and use, I'm being serious.
Yeah.
I think all the people that followed Time's shoes and were like, oh, if you buy one hat, I give some kid in fucking Uganda a hat, and then they mark up the hats enough to pay for the give, are straight fuck faces. So I think that social good is great and people should do it. And I actually don't think there's any difference in marketing a company that's got good DNA versus a company that's just in it for the dollar. I genuinely don't believe that Kind Bar has any fundamental different marketing strategy than Snickers. The difference is that if they're smart and they get their story in front of people that give a shit about what Kind Bar talks about, it becomes a variable to what they can sell. But the strategy at the North Star is not different. What they're saying is different.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, eh?
Cool, man.
Appreciate it.
Good luck to you.
Yeah, thanks.
Dude, dude, how many fucking Snapchat stories do you want?
I'm big on social.
We're on our fucking 7th
I love you.
Snapchat.
I was in bed
I love
when
you
I
too, but fuck.
I saw you. I came out. I was in bed.
Jesus.
I love Gary,
Listen,
guys.
I love you too. All right, I'll see you guys later. If you're taking video, it's all Facebook.
For web series content?
Yes.
Okay.
Facebook is substantially bigger and has more upside than YouTube.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Can we
Go
pick,
deep,
like, the three
deep,
of
deep.
us?
Yeah, let's do it fast. Okay. Hurry, this guy's gonna run you over. I know. I'm coming. Bye, guys. Love you. Thank you. Thanks for coming out. I love you guys. Thank you. Oof.